It is Monday night racing time at Talladega. The Midwest Days of Thunder Xfinity Series is out on the big super speedway tonight for 60 laps of pack racing action. I'm Alan English, and joining me up in the booth tonight is Gary Sack. How you doing, Gary?
Pretty good. Been looking forward to Talladega. It's gonna be a fun one to broadcast. I was planning on racing it, but once I started up in the booth, I think it's gonna be more fun broadcasting it. But hopefully we'll get some wild racing, and we'll get a good finish tonight.
It's always fun broadcasting in the booth. You're going to learn that the longer you go into this broadcasting deal. The super speedways are so much fun, and in between green flag laps, you got a little bit of time to bull crap and just kind of shoot the moon with your buddies. So speaking of, Adam Turner's down there in the pits tonight. Cooler or cold ones. How you doing tonight, Adam? You looking forward to this one too?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it way more than I was Friday, and I hope this proves to be a little bit better than what we saw on Friday night. This is Dega, so we're going to see some fun. We're going to see some anger, hate, unleash the hatred tonight, hopefully at some point. 0 fast repairs, 70% fuel, unlimited tires. Talladega, the track's 108 degrees right now, so it's hot. Not that that really matters too much here, but this is the place. Yeah, it's hot, man. We're down there in Alabama. It's hot down there, so it's gonna be fun, man.
Bob Gallinger joining us on YouTube, at least temporarily, until he gets strapped into that car tonight. I think he's running the 44 machine. Yep, 44 shell machine. So,
Yeah.
Bob just checking in, making sure the stream's up and going.
Gary, is everything working correctly?
I believe it should be. Just had to restart SDK for a moment.
Yeah, I thought so.
But
I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you tonight, Gary.
it
It looks like it's getting its act back together. We got a lot of computer stuff going on. Gary's the man behind all the computer gadgetry.
He's over there mashing all the buttons as fast as he can.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
But, a couple minutes here left in the qualifying session. They're going to do 2 laps out here to qualify. Those 2 guys look like they've already.
What do you want to do here? I don't even want to turn a lap in qualifying, to be honest with you.
No, I mean,
Ride in the back. Stay in the lead pack and just roll it.
It's one of those things where if you think you can get, a great lap, if you're good at qualifying like in top 4 every time, yeah, go ahead and do it. But I'm not one of those guys. I'm gonna start near the rear and just kind of try to work my way up.
Yeah, Gary, how do you like to attack these super speedways?
If I was in this thing, this is what I did when I raced Daytona here in these Xfinity cars. I like qualifying out front, because if I'm out front, I can avoid most of the carnage for the majority of the race. And especially once they single file out, that's where you'll want to really be up front.
Well, Adam, let's talk a little bit about pits. Fast repairs, tire sets, fuel. How these guys looking in that department?
Did I not do my shtick earlier?
I didn't want to take it away from you this time.
I'm pretty bad at my job. 0 fast repairs, 7% fuel, unlimited tires. 60 laps of Talladega is 2.66 miles. You do the math. I don't even care. It's going to be fun.
About 130 miles, 135 miles.
I don't know. Let me put it in the computer.
Got to be close. Put it in the abacus. And,
get the slide rule out.
That is another downside too of starting on pole is if we get a long green flag run, you're burning up a lot more fuel than the guys behind you will be. So there's a little bit of strategy there as well.
All right, 159.6 miles, okay?
Just okay. Well, more than I thought it was, but
there you go.
That'll go by quick as it looks like we're getting ready to grid these machines and start our parade lap here shortly. So let's get on with it. Starting on the pole tonight, the 98 of Isaac Degner. And to his outside, the number 10 Camaro of Matt Forns. Row 2 will be Michael Simone. Red Stick Mike starting on the inside. Jason Ricketts in the 1 will be on the outside. Row 3 will be the 88 of Rob Nickel in 5th with Justin Holland. I think that has changed. I think he is not in the race. Then you'll have Davey Hendricks and Tony Fry making up row 4. And Justin Barkley and Michael Gervey in that 69. That'll round out your top 10.
All right. Let's see. In 11th, you got our friend, 24 Francisco Villarreal down there from South Texas. I expect him to have a heck of a night. Looks like Matthew Spires in the 37 will be 12th. 93 of Isaac Wilson, 13th. The number 7 of Thomas Stanley in 14th. And we have the 51 of Ken Olson in 15th. The 42 of Angel Hernandez, 16th. 23 of Joshua Grasso in 17th. And it looks like 113 Eric Warman, 18th. The number 60, Alan Kewins from Ohio in 19th. And then round out your top 20 will be the 35 of Ethan Flanagan there in 20th.
Now the 5 of Michael Cheney will be starting in 21st. Stephen Davis in the 85 will be starting 22nd. 23rd is the 44 Shell Machine of Bob Gallinger, starting 23rd. The 73 of Tim Harmon will be starting in 24th. Michael Giberson in the 32 starting 26th. And then it looks like Derek Schimmel's going to be rounding out the end. Sorry, swap those last two. It'll be Schimmel, then Giberson.
Yeah, it gets a little confusing sometimes. So let's thank Joe's Design Shop up there in Canada. He's got chickens. He's got designs. I don't know what the hell's going on up there at that farm he's got. But he can paint you a car. I do know that. So Joe's Design Shop, Midwest Days of Thunder Xfinity Series sponsor.
Yeah, he's also got another web page, Farmer Joe's Chickens, out there on Facebook. Go give it a like as well, because kind of cool to see somebody just getting into homesteading and going through all the trials and tribulations, starting a chicken farm. And
does he have goats and like alligators fighting?
No, not yet. No.
But what about like a emu? You could ride an emu or anything?
An emu fight pit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he has that yet.
A death pit with the emu versus an ostrich. I want to see that, Joe. Put that on YouTube. I'm sure it's illegal in Canada. We'll have to use the dark web. But it'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun to watch. Oh man, I love Dega. It brings out all the fun in all of us.
Now a Ford and a Chevrolet starting on your front row, and a couple of the same on the row behind. They're just swapped. Ricketts is in a Toyota tonight. The number 1 pull room machine is a Toyota.
Oh, Yoda. I love how you say that English. It just makes me smile on the inside every time.
Here we go.
Well, we kind of go. This is the longest front stretch known to mankind, but
pace car jumps off, and you can pretty much count to 30, because this guy's got to go all the way down past the tri-oval.
Let me get my starter cam up.
And here we go. Green flag is out. Talladega Superspeedway race number 8 of 11. Or I'm sorry, 9 of 11 is now underway. Matt Forns, a little bit better start on the outside of Degner. But with no help from Ricketts in the 1 as he dives down to the inside line. He's going to have to wait for the 6 of Tony Fry to catch up. If he has any chance in advancing here. The 98 and the 27 got a pretty good head of steam.
37 is trying to make a move early in that Miller Light machine. Matthew Spires, Made a lane change like he's coming out of West Dallas. Worked out. He's holding his line so far.
And he loves these plate tracks too, because usually he does pretty good at them. And he made a couple of mistakes at Daytona, but he's hoping to have a good race here tonight.
Grandpa Bill in the 85, up 10 spots in one lap. Make it 11. Sitting in 11th position now.
Well, here's the key. I'm sorry, Mr. English.
No, go ahead.
I'll just say, here's the key. Let's settle in. I mean, I don't care if you're too wide or whatever. That's cool. Let's get some good laps down and not get too aggressive too early, because we're super early in this race, and this one is a marathon. We've got quite a ways to go.
Yeah, first couple of rows up in front, still about the same. Degner with Red Stick Mike Simone still hugging that inside line down there on the yellow line. Matt Forns and Tony Fry still working the middle. They're the highest line on the track, but I call that the middle line. There really is room for another line of cars to the outside, and you can run 3 wide here. We saw the trucks do it last week in another league. It was an amazing thing to see.
It is fun to watch, but you can only do it for so long. The room for error it gets really small there, so everybody has to be on the same page. I don't think we're ready for 3 wide all the way around the track at this point in the race.
Yeah, I love running 3 wide at Talladega especially. Daytona, not so much. It's a lot more narrow. But you can get away with 3 wide for a few laps here at Talladega.
Yeah, a few laps isn't bad, but when you're pushing 5 laps or so, all it takes is some guy to, drop a cigarette on the ground and turn the wheel, and all hell is broken loose.
Looks like there's a few cars on that outside that are starting to lose faith and drop to the bottom a little bit, because that outside lane is starting to fall back.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about these super speedways, but it seems like the bottom line has better formation for the majority of the race. The top line will form up at some point, but it always seems like it's easier to get that bottom line together for the majority of the race.
Yeah, we're starting to see whose preferred line is what. So you got the 69 of Gerby working on the outside behind Tony Fry. A little bit of help from behind for him from the 37 of Matthew Spires. You mentioned him moving his way up through traffic earlier.
Well, here's the beauty of it. All the way back to the Isaac Wilson's in the back of the pack, but nobody's lost the lead pack. So Isaac Wilson is actually sitting pretty, even though he's in last place at the moment. I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing back there.
Looks like Ricketts is having a little bit of blinking issues. That's never a good sign.
Now Michael Gerby with your fastest lap time. You just set, but hey, a lot of that's due to the accordion effect. So we've talked about quite a few times here at the plate tracks. Get a little bit behind, and then you catch a good run, and you can get a pretty good lap out of it. We talked a little bit about before we caught the green flag today about fuel and how much more fuel you burn leading one of these lines. So that 98 Ford Mustang of Isaac Degner, he's going to lead this bottom line for as long as he can. If we stay green here, we're not looking at more than maybe. Can they make it on one stop, I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't believe they can do it. I think this is going to be a 2-stop race.
I doubt it, but Gary, you're like the mathematician of the group. What do you think, Gary?
I did not do the math beforehand, but these guys got what?
70,
45% fuel? How much?
70% fuel.
So I believe they should be good for about half the race. I'm not sure exactly what lap, but I'm assuming probably around 40 laps, maybe 30. They'll have to
Oh.
come in and pit.
Oh, so they could cut it in half, is what you're saying.
Yes.
45%, 70%, it's all the same. That's the beauty of it. You could just throw a number up there. That's what they should do randomly. This week it'll be 12% fuel. Next week it'll be 80. You know, that'll make it kind of fun. Then these guys that are like super like technicians and have calculators and stuff can't have an advantage.
Well, aero is everything here, and as I look at the back of Gervie's machine, that number 69, Toyota Supra, looks like he got a little rear end damage, maybe from the 37. Looks like he might have caught a smack from Will Smith in the back end there.
Oh, shit. You want to go into that already, huh? Already you want to go into that stage joke. What a disaster that whole thing is. But I don't think the tail end of his car is going to have an issue. I don't think it's going to affect the aero as much as maybe if you knock the right front quarter panel off or something like that.
Nah, it doesn't.
You should be tucked. If you tuck in, I think you'll be fine.
And Jonathan Nance, number 8, saying, "What's up, guys, over there on the YouTube? Thank you for joining us, Jonathan."
Yeah. Good to hear from everybody. See what y'all's thoughts are. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. This is what the way a Dega race should be. Just kind of feel each other out, chill out a little bit, you know. Get some laps in. Try to make some friends. Don't make too many enemies, and leave the fighting for later.
Yeah, and even though the outside lane has a lot less cars, for a while there, they looked like they were holding their own. They were a lot more organized than the inside, and it seems like the outside can be the faster line around here.
Yeah, I think it could be if you have the right guys out there to do it. It'd have to take a team, and that's the beauty of it, is the team aspect here at Midwest Days of Thunder Xfinity Series. It's all made up of teams, kind of like the real NASCAR. You join the league, you start in ARCA trucks, work your way to Xfinity, and then up to Cup if that's your desire. So, really good group of people here in Midwest Days of Thunder, and good racing. So, that's the best part about it.
Well, and a lot of other leagues are starting to pick up on what MDOT is doing with the team concept. We know of a couple other leagues that started doing that and limiting their drivers to 4-car teams. It really does add a whole new aspect. You know, you got the work your way up portion of it, and now you got the team aspect part of it. It just makes everything. It makes it seem more real to life, real to the sport.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. And there's rivalries within rivalries, right? You got driver rivalries, but you also have team rivalries, which is, it's always fun, man. I like to hear people trash talking. I even like a good fight every once in a while. Those of y'all that have been watching may know that.
Jonathan Nance is saying, watch out for lane number 3 at the end. We have seen that quite a bit, especially at Talladega. One of the great things about Talladega is you never know how it's going to end. And if you're the car that's leading down on the inside line coming out of 4, chances are you're not going to win. But
watch out.
We got a couple of lead changes going on up front. Isaac Degner no longer leading this thing. He is the 3rd car on the inside row behind Matt Forns. And then Tony Fry got a good push from the 27 to Michael Simone. And he jumped down in front of Forns. So the inside line is Fry, Forns, and Degner.
Yeah.
And the outside line is Simone and Gervie. Go ahead, sir.
I think Degner's probably happy. Maybe save some fuel, kind of get out of the way a little bit, get to follow instead of lead. Sometimes that gives you a little different perspective on what's happening behind you. So
Foreigner's
I
got to
think
put his grill out in the wind just for a few minutes, probably to cool down a little bit. He was doing a pretty good job on the back end of some of these cars, and you see him right now peeking out from Tony Fry's back bumper, trying to get a little air.
as long as he don't stick his mustache out the window, we'll probably be fine.
There would be so much drag from that damn mustache. It costs him an extra gallon of fuel every couple laps.
Yeah.
That Tampax Vagisil machine showing no signs of
Oh man,
no signs of getting dirty just yet.
I have no words for that one. Trying to watch a race here.
I mean, it's a sponsor, man.
Well, you know, I get it. Everybody has their sponsor.
A 98 Degner blinking out just a little bit. Here comes Ethan Flanagan in that 57 with a pretty good push from the 27 of
He's
Red
up,
Stick Mike.
up like 16 spots, man. So he's finding his way to his front, way to the front. His teammate Isaac Wilson just quite hasn't got there yet, but I think his plan is to kind of hang back here.
Got the 37 of Matt Spires. He's joining them up there on the outside, trying to help him get a good run.
Yeah, that Miller machine is he's been working that outside. I don't think we've seen him leave the outside line yet. He's helping whoever goes up there.
Well, he needs to stay where he's at. We've seen him in a lot of incidents over this season. Hopefully he can keep that thing clean and we get to talk to him at the end of the night, because it looks like he's having a really good run right now.
No doubt. Well, how are we looking in the secondary packs? Whoa, it looks like we're coming up on some lap traffic really quick here. The 32 of Giberson low.
I didn't even see him.
Now,
Must have got stranded out there.
Couple cars 3 wide here, a couple rows back, but Giberson with no help. Hopefully everybody's able to negotiate him here. How are we looking? Do we have any secondary packs or anything?
It's all no.
It's all
we're one pack. Bob
Still,
Gallagher here
wow.
is in 24th place on my screen, and he's still in the pack. I guess Giberson is the only one that would be out of the lead lap at this point.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's fairly unusual because we're a quarter of the way through this race already. Green flag the whole way. You figured we'd have, more than one group, but wow, we just got one massive gaggle here.
Yeah, usually something happens where they lose the lead pack. Maybe somebody lifts and then they just can't catch up. But these Xfinity cars have a really good draft package. I think that's why these guys like to run them. I think a lot of people prefer this package. Gary, tell me if I'm wrong, but they prefer this Xfinity car over the actual Gen 6 Cup car.
That's how it used to be, but then this season when we ran Cup at Daytona, I really learned how to drive the Cup cars on plate tracks and how their draft works. And I really like the Cup car package now. It's not as exciting as Xfinity or trucks, but it is a bit more on the driver with the Cup cars than it is Xfinity trucks.
Now, if you open that up, Adam, I would say if you're not just talking about super speedway only, if you're talking about all around, I think the Xfinity car is probably the all around most fun stock car, not just to race, but to watch, because the racing's always exciting with these things.
Yeah, I got my money on the trucks. That's my thing. I love the trucks. I think
Yeah.
I just think they're the most fun maybe to drive, and I don't know. We all have our preferences. That's why we're all sitting here talking about it. And I know these guys have their preferences too.
And fair point with the trucks too, is it's a very forgiving platform. So you get into a race and you can get them a little bit beat up, and it'll still do what you want. Look at the run on the outside by Ricketts, Simone, and Flanagan. Pretty good push, sticking to that middle lane there between those hash marks. Then they just kind of lost some momentum.
Yeah, turn 4 seems to be where everybody on top loses a little bit of momentum.
They're sticking together. It looks like they're going to make another little run here. Approaching the tri-oval.
Oh! Wreck it!
There it is.
Car go in the wall.
Oh, that's not good.
Wreck on the front stretch, I
No
heard.
flag. No flag has been thrown. Rob Nickel is
flag.
involved. Wow, no flag. Rob Nickel's night is probably ruined.
That's what it sounds like. That caused a few cars to break off of the lead pack. But once that second pack gets formed up, they'll catch the lead pack quick.
Yeah, no doubt. If they can stay together and work together, yeah, they'll catch the lead pack. And even if they don't, we're going to have pit stops here at least within the next 10 laps.
Got to, I would think, fairly soon. We got one coming down now, but that's because of damage, I believe. It's like, is that Isaac? Isaac Wilson.
Kelsey Wiles says, I prefer Brandon being at home broadcasting with y'all now, but he's always gone at the shop meeting with sponsors. Now, Brandon Hughes not able to work with us tonight.
We missed him on
too
Friday.
many hoppies, man.
Missed him on Friday too, man. We could have used him. We needed some comic relief.
Friday's is Monday night for them local racing guys. And Jonathan Nance 8 says, ARCA cars are where it's at, guys. Come on. I agree with you so much there, Jonathan. I mean, when me and you started in MDOT, you had to race ARCA cars, right? And I thought, man, what a piece of junk. It's, but after getting used to that car, I can see where Jonathan's coming from there. That is an amazing car to race. Even on road course stuff, like Watkins Glen, ARCA cars do great.
Yeah, ARCA cars I think they're fun too. They're tough when you get them for the first time, but
I don't like how they stick to the wall on the outside. But
well, and then the ARCA braking thing.
Yeah, I like the ARCA cars. They're always fun to drive. Honestly, out of all three of them, I feel like either the ARCA cars or the trucks are the ones that handle the best on road courses.
Well, as you can see, the outside line is kind of falling apart here. Guys dipping down and staying low. Tony Fry's going to lead another lap as he crosses the finish line here. And right behind him, Matt Fornes has been up there all night in first, second, or third. And then Isaac Degner in the 98 Mustang there. Still pretty solid. Not a whole lot of moving and shaking right now.
Well, that's good, right? I mean, this is kind of how this race should go.
Giberson, Mike Giberson in a lap car in there with the leaders. He was able to get in that pack, and he's staying up with him so he didn't lose any more laps.
Well, this secondary pack. Well, I don't have anything to say worthwhile anyway. But this secondary pack, Davey Hendricks is leading it, and they are catching that lead pack very quickly. So Davey knows what he's doing here in the Florida Toyota. Yeah, I think he's there. If you watch Davey Hendricks there, they are gaining ground on that lead pack quickly. So shouldn't be long before they're in the mix with the guys up front.
Well, Michael Chaney, another one of those cars that started way back in the back. He's up 13 spots, sitting in 8th place right now in that number 5 machine. Michael Chaney, good run tonight. Derek Schimmel up from the back row, up 13 spots as well, sitting in 12th.
Oh, Super Serial.
Super Serial on the way up.
He's got a serial paint scheme and everything.
Well, let's see here. Go to my blimp view so I can get a little bit wider shot to see what's going on.
These guys seem like they're starting to single file out here for a bit. Do we want to think about? gonna crank it up here in a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Well-
Because guess what? They're all single file because they know a fuel stop's coming, so they'll
Yeah.
be on the outside. So, hell
Maybe
yeah, man.
time.
Hit it
Do
up.
it. Hit it.
All right, we're going crank it up. And we're back unmuted.
All right, man. Perfect timing. Look at all these guys. Matt Forns, Anthony Fry, Isaac Degner, Jason Ricketts, Mike Simone. They're all coming down, man.
Still a few electing to stay out another lap or two. Probably going to try to split it halfway, maybe. Ford's a little bit hot coming into the pits there. Took out the commitment cone.
Yeah, that's what he does. Probably couldn't see over the stash.
Occupational hazard.
Looks like we got more takers coming down. Davey Hendricks electing to stay out. So he must have a different plan. A lot of these guys pitting on lap 26. Okay, we have 60 laps in this race. Is there going to be enough to make it a one-stop race?
Ooh, I mean, if you get a late caution here in the second half of the race, that might be enough to save you enough fuel to get you to the end. Now, all that goes out the window if we go into green-white checker territory. And I think we've got at least 2 of those to burn. So it's a gamble. You know, do you push it now or you push it later? Or I don't know. I think I would have done the math and tried to split this thing up into a 2-stopper, but you're just going to lose so much track position.
Looks like Davey Hendricks is doing that. He's pushing it into, what is he on, lap 29 here? So I think he's going to go. He's going to try to split it. That's his plan.
I'm watching the stream, Gary.
I'm having a little bit of internet issues. I'm trying to get this all fixed. Yeah, I'm looking at my numbers, trying to fix everything.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah, get the numbers right. I mean, it's like shooting dice in Waco out here with Gary. Never know. Just don't roll snake eyes.
4 more guys pitted a lap.
All right.
A lap after these guys.
Davey Hendricks. Davey Hendricks coming down right now.
Oh, he's leading down a big pack as well.
So those will be the guys that gambled.
Frame drops. That's what's going on.
Super serial guys are pitting.
Raindrops are like raindrops. Just They'll go away at some point. Maybe.
Francisco Villarreal in the 24 Skoal machine, also pitting for tires and fuel. You see any two-tire takers out there, Adam? Looks like Angel might be one of them.
Looks like
Oh, that was
Angel and Alan Cumans, possibly. Tim
maybe
Harmon,
Tim
maybe?
Harmon, yeah.
Couple Matthew Spires. I mean, do you really need 4 here? Probably not.
No.
Might be a smart move. We'll see how that plays out.
Take
If
some
we can get these-
outsides and gas
Yeah.
it all the way up.
If we can get these frame drops done.
Yeah. I think I'm having overheating problems with my computer. I'm trying to see if I can get that fixed.
Put the fan on it, Gary. Everybody knows that.
Oh, look at the pack of cars that's catching. Hendricks and Villarreal. They're about to get into some traffic here. Big difference in speed. What a tight squeeze here.
Oh, Lord.
That is...
3 wide.
Oh, man. That's dangerous there.
98, Isaac Degner. That was dangerous, Isaac.
Did I fix
Made it work.
Yep, I fixed it.
Look at you go with the computer. Good job, man. Well, regardless, hopefully we had the audio so you could listen to the radio play-by-play of English and I. That was wonderful. But up front here, Anthony Fry holding that, what'd you call that, line 2 out of 3?
Yeah, be kind of in the middle of the track there.
Right.
Got Red Stick Mike Simone behind him, and Giberson still a lap behind them. And on the low line, Davey Hendricks behind the 98 of Isaac Degner, who's flashing a little bit. We saw that earlier.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Hopefully
blinking
it
going on
doesn't.
around here. Maybe that's what's hurting your system there, Gary. There's so much blinking going on.
Oh, Giberson tried to get down into a spot that wasn't quite there, and wisely thought better of it as the 6 and the 27 moved down. So the inside line's the safe place to be until it's not anymore, and that's usually right at the end of the race.
That sounded like some word salad. We get that a lot from our leaders these days. You must have been watching like CNN or Fox News or something. You get that word
Well,
salad
it's
going.
true.
No, it is true.
69 of Gerby's going to go up high and let the leaders around. Look again, look at the difference in speed here. It's 25-mile-an-hour difference, it looks like. It's just nuts. Now, that 32, that is not for position, but he's doing everything he can. He's fighting the 44 behind him and a couple other cars there to his rear, to include the 69 of Gerby, to be the first car on the first lap. What am I trying to say?
The lead lap.
The first car 1 lap down.
Yeah,
Be the lucky
but-
dog, just in case we have a caution.
How dangerous is that? You got the leaders fighting, and you got the guys fighting right next to them to stay on the lead lap. That's a recipe for disaster right there.
Yeah, and you know the 44 would love nothing better than to get up and be able to go around the 32. But at what cost?
I believe as well, those two, both the 32 and the 44, they are a lap down, but I feel like at that time they were trying to work together to get both of them out front. That way if a caution does come out, they're already on the lead lap and somebody else gets the lucky dog.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, Gary's putting in the man hours.
Meanwhile, we're 3 wide. Giberson in the middle. Flanagan on the outside. Cheney now on the outside.
Yeah, and
Isaac
they're coming
Digger
up.
down low.
Is that lap traffic they're coming up on too? So that could cause an issue as well.
Oh, man.
Looks like Rob Nickel, yeah. So watch this. This ought to be interesting.
And don't look down, but we were talking about him earlier. Matt Spires, he was up there on the outside for a bit helping him out.
Nickel stayed on the low line, so you see everybody doing that swerve around. So far, so good.
Oh, they're wrecking in the back. Bob Gallagher.
Caution is out for the 44. Well, does this change anything? I mean, should everybody be coming down here? Or are you going to see some guys stay out?
I think it'd be safe to come down. I don't. You'd be definitely good on
Like
fuel.
a fuel only stop?
You could do a fuel only. Not quite sure.
Just to prepare for the possibility of a green-white checker, as now we see the seal has been broken for yellow flags. And as we all know, yellows may breed more yellows as they line up side by side for a restart.
What happened there, Gary? Did you
Looks
catch
like
that?
Either the one came down or the 88 came up. There. That brought that one out.
Gotta hit the right button, Gary. Yeah, I know it's hitting the buttons. I can never hit the buttons right. It always never works for me. Okay, yeah, that was dangerous looking. I haven't heard any fighting words just yet, which I'd like to hear.
Gary's over there hitting them buttons like somebody made a joke about his wife's hair.
Oh, man, we're gonna go on with this crap about
Sorry,
Will Smith. Give me a break, this guy.
Oh, wasn't thinking about that.
Oh, God, there's wrecking under caution. 60 gets smoked from behind. What in the hell just happened?
The 60 in the Chris Rock roll there.
Oh,
as he
God.
got smashed by the one. What was that all about?
I don't know, but I guarantee you. What in the...
Everyone's coming down pit road.
That wasn't good.
So everybody coming back down pit road. As kind of we predicted, we're going to see a lot of fuel-only stops here, I believe. Maybe some 2 tires, depending on what they took earlier. Some 4-tire stops, it looks like.
Isaac Digner. He's going to win your race off pit road, it looked like.
Yep, Tony Fry is going to sink a few spots as he took 4 tires. So did Mike Simone, Spires, Cheney, Schimmel. Bunch of cars opting to take. Either they took 4 tires or
they had damage.
They took fuel only and got some damage fixed because there's no fast repairs here in the Xfinity series, as we know. Andrew Cobe joining us over on the YouTube saying Super Serial for the win. So thinking a Super Serial contender's going to take this deal. And Jonathan Nance saying Gary does that stuff on purpose so he can look smart. Sure what he's referring to, but
I think he's talking about pushing the buttons.
Yeah.
Gary, do you set this thing out? Are you like sandbagging the whole thing so it makes you look like a genius? Kind of like these guys that sandbag the qualifying? That's what you're doing. Man.
He's really an Einstein. Just he's trying to have everybody fooled, I think.
Yeah, well.
Uh-oh.
And it's just like the Fox and NBC broadcast. Sometimes they've got issues and they got people in the background as well trying to
Yeah, man. You're that guy fixing all the... Hey, it's live television, man. Anything can happen. You could hit the wrong button and put up something really terrible. So don't ever do that.
We don't have a bunch of people down in a production trailer looking up stats for us.
No, we just got Gary.
Cameras pointing out stuff on the track.
We got Gary, man. That's what he's for. He's like a whole production truck by himself up in Michigan.
MDoT got Gary as a package deal. And he runs the whole entire Discord thing.
Got 500 channels working on that. He's probably typing on one of those right now too.
That's why I can never find anything.
No, it's good. He's got them labeled. Quit complaining. Gary's got it under control on this.
Sarcasm. Come on, I need a sarcasm.
I know. We love
Sting
messing. Everybody loves to mess with Gary. It's like the most fun thing to do around Midwest Days of Thunder. Speaking of Midwest Days of Thunder, or let's thank our sponsor once again, Joe's Design Shop, because this guy does it all from designing paints to
company
having a
logos.
all kinds of stuff. And he has chickens, man. Chicken farms. You could probably get a chicken if you can get it across the state line, or I guess you'd have to get it all the way across the.
Well, they can fly. All you gotta do is throw the chicken out.
No, you don't. It's not a It's not a homing pigeon. You have to have it shipped to you, but I don't think you can get it across into the United States. That would be illegal. That'd be called bootlegging.
Bootlegging chickens?
I'm sure it's been done. But check him out at Joe's Design Shop. That's a Facebook thing, right? And then he's got his
Farmer
chicken
Joe's
website.
Chickens. Yep.
Yeah,
Also on
Farmer.
Facebook.
I love
In fact,
Facebook.
he's doing an unboxing and a review on like an industrial incubator.
Ooh,
And I
that
think
sounds
he posted
interesting.
right before the race. I'm gonna watch it.
How many? Oh, he's going to have that like going on right now. Is he trying to compete with the race with the chicken unboxing?
No.
It's a video. It ain't a live stream. It's something you can pull up anytime you
Oh,
want.
I'm gonna check, dude. I'm checking that out. That's 100%. But here's the deal: Davey Hendricks, Mr. Florida man. That's what his new name is.
Oh, man.
Davey Hendricks is leading this thing, which is no surprise. Next to Davey there will be Francisco Villarreal, our friend. Sorry, Francisco, I butchered that one. In the skull, I like his skull paint scheme though. And Angel Hernandez, and then
It's like a
Tony
Wood Brothers
Fry.
paint.
Yeah, Mike
Red
Simone,
wine, gold numbers.
Matthew Spires, your buddies up there. Sounds like they're Gary. As we're getting ready for the restart, we're in the zone. Pretty clean restart. As looks like Francisco's got a little bit of edge, but he's on the outside. I don't think he's.
Orange is in the wall, inside wall.
Well, that's not good for anybody.
Car is totaled.
Oh, that's not good. Davies just holding that bottom line. Looks like he's good to go. Francisco is right next to him. Getting a jump. I think he might have side drafted him there. Did he have some help? Yep, Tony Fry helping him clear Davey. I don't know if he's going to come down or stay high. I don't know what you do here, but I think I'd go low, and that's what he's doing. Leave Tony Fry out there to dry. And Francisco is now leading this race.
So it looks like on the restart, the 88 had some problems getting going, and the 98 and the 10 were side by side. And the 98 tried to stick it in there 3 wide and hit the 88, then hit the 10. 10 goes inside, nose first, the inside wall. It doesn't matter if it's a safe barrier, that car's done.
Man, Penn has a lot of issues. She's having a rough races. I think he had a rough one Friday.
Well, it might be cramping or something. I don't know. I'm just looking at his sponsors trying to come up with ideas here.
Well, lap 40, man. So we got 20 to go. Right in the prime time of racing here. Yahtzee.
Outside line with quite a run. Tony Fry getting a good push there. 81 ducking out from that inside line to hopefully, looks like he's just getting a little bit of air, cool that radiator down. So he gets right back to the back bumper of Francisco Villarreal in the 24. Mike Simone jumped up in front of Tony Fry here. Got a couple cars behind him. Got the 23 up there as well of Grosso, who was last week's winner. So maybe some guys moving up here, Gary. Maybe some spoilers tonight.
Yeah, and we're coming to lap 40, 42 right now, something around there. So we got around 20 laps to go. This is usually right around where I'd start pushing as well if I was towards the back of one of these things.
So you're saying we might see a step up in some aggression and some risk taking.
That's
I
what
like the
I'm
sound of
thinking.
that. So the 42 Angel Hernandez sitting in third in line in the inside line here. Michael Chaney, another one of those guys that could come up here and steal a win here. As we talked about earlier, Gary, the last lap at Talladega is just unpredictable. And if you're in first through sixth, you might not make it across the line.
Oh yeah.
We've seen guys fight really, really hard to get a win, and every point matters in this series. So I expect nothing less tonight.
The record in the back looked like Kuins was the start of that.
Yellow is out. You said 60 of Kuins involved?
I believe he was at first. Let me go back and look. I might have been looking at another green car. That I was.
Now, the 60 was involved.
69.
69, okay.
69, 32 below the line coming up in 69.
It's like the one also caught some of that. Yeah, 32 was low. He just swung up on Gervy. The one tried to dodge it by going outside. Came back down and T-boned the 69 of Gervy.
Gervy could not be happy about that one.
That might end the one's night. Let's see how much damage he has.
Let me look. Yeah, his front bumper is gone. The spoilers all jacked up. Looks like he almost gave 32 an unappreciative rear end tap.
Did we have a fight?
Well, I tell you what, 32 was on the apron and came up right into the side of the 69 and spun. And then the one got wrecked because of it. So I don't know why that happened. If the 32 was trying to stay low to let everybody around, which I can't imagine he'd be doing that.
Well,
why would he come back up the track that way?
did he get loose or something?
Why that one back? Because
I just watched it and I don't think he was intentional. I think he probably tried to get out of the way maybe and then work his way slowly on the track and just wasn't clear. I mean, that's kind of how I saw it. I didn't see anything.
Nothing malicious there?
No, I don't think so.
While we're under caution as well, I'm going to shout out the race that Midwest Days of Thunder just announced that they're going to be doing on, I believe, the April 23rd. They're going to be putting on a $10 per person entry fee. Minimum of 2 teams. They're doing the 8 hours of Watkins Glen. And they're doing GT3 cars, LMP2s, and GTEs. So that's going to be a fun one to race in.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Bring some funding to the league.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And they want to broadcast that one too. So if we're going to have guys in the booth for 8 hours, we're going to have some guys rotating in and out, tag teaming, and that'll be fun.
Yeah. Where's that one at, Gary?
Watkins Glen.
Yep, Watkins Glen. Doing the boot layout.
I'll just be in the grass.
No, now you lost me. The boot? Why would you do that? Well, it's not stock cars, so you got to add the boot, I guess.
That Florence front end, I mean, there ain't nothing left of that thing. He's done. He gone.
And then sitting in the pits for almost 7 minutes now.
It's like cycling through some of the damage here, see what everybody's got.
Rob Nickel has manually disconnected, unable to continue.
Still got a pretty good group left, so
24.
we're looking at 20 cars on the lead lap at this point in time that I can tell.
Kewins is going to be back there with Ricketts. on the restart, I don't know how short of a memory Kewins has, but or if he knew which car ran up behind him during caution and hit him at about 50 miles an hour.
That wasn't pretty.
Oh. Well, Gary, you got the call on this one?
Yeah, I got it. Looks like 24 Francisco Villarreal. He's up front here. Followed by 27 Mike Simone. 23 Joshua Grosso on the outside, second lane. Davey Hendricks on the number 81 on the inside. 42 of Angel Hernandez on the inside, third lane. And
Well, what?
Matt Spires, third lane on the outside. Now
Well,
round out your top six.
Since we're still in the backstretch, let's talk a little bit about our standings right now. Right now, we got Davey Hendricks, solid number 1 in the standings after race 8 of 11. This is race 9 tonight. And about, right at 30 points behind him, Josh Grosso sitting in second. Eric Warman, Kevin Biggs, and Bob Gallinger round out your top 5. Tommy Stanley, Michael Giberson, Tim Harmon, Matthew Spires, and Mike Simone round out your top 10 in your standings right now. Still anybody's race, or anybody's season, I should say. Anything can happen in the last few races before the playoffs kick off. So it's going to be an exciting deal. We're going to have a cutoff race here in about 2 weeks.
Who's on the outside looking into that top 16 right now for the playoffs?
Blake Bingham, Michael Gervey, Angel Hernandez. But don't count out guys like Alan Dixon, Tony Fry. Some of these guys might be able to edge their way in.
Looks like the pace car is coming off. They're coming down that really long tri-oval. Gonna be taking the green flag. Green flag is out, and Francisco is going to get the early jump on the restart. We'll see how that outside lane is going to build up a run. We got 27 of Mike Simone and Joshua Grosso and Matt Spires on that outside. They're going to try to work together to get a run coming off 3 or 2.
It looks like they're starting to get some momentum there, Gary.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Gonna lose most of it here in turns 3 and 4, but coming out of 4 on that front stretch looks like 27 if they continue the way they're working. And yep, they're building up a big run. We'll see if 27 is able to get back to outside of that 24 car.
Really could use another car or 2 on the outside line to really make that thing move. They're still in the process of kind of trying to reform the outside. Let's see if they can get another taker or 2. Looked like Cheney was thinking about jumping up there, but this hole is about to disappear as you got the 6 machine of Tony Fry moving up.
Yeah, and looks like the little cloud cover on the track may be cooling the track off. We'll see if that does anything to the rest of this race as far as the control of these cars out there.
It also made the blimp view very hazy. I was trying to see from across the track, and it was very hazy. I couldn't read any numbers or anything.
They're starting to get organized up on that outside.
Yeah, a few more cars coming up. The 51 of Olson, hadn't talked about him all night, but he's got Flanagan and the 85 of Davis in that Wonka machine right behind him. So the outside line is starting to try to form up a little bit better here. The line is a little bit shaky up here, though. Between the 23 and the 37, there's a lot of back and forth going on the outside line. If they can get that ironed out, they may be able to make a little bit more progress on the low line.
37 looked like he dropped his cell phone or something. Got a little shaky there. It looks like they're straightening it out. You know, when you drop your phone and you're reaching for it and driving, that's never a good idea. I guess
No,
it's okay in iRacing because there's no real lives at stake here.
10 laps to go, and they're already starting to get really crazy back there. Trying to see if they can make a late push to the front.
Well, I guess it's better than dropping a cigarette cherry right down in crotch area.
Everybody did that in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
Oh, 30, or I'm sorry, the 23 wicked loose there. 37 was pushing him. 23 looked like he had his rear tires lifted up. He just snaked all over the place there. What a way to hang on to it, though. Great job by Grosso.
Is that a don't push the pusher situation there?
I don't know. They might not have just been lined up perfect or something.
98 came up into the middle line, squeezed Olsen out. Now he's making his own line up high. See if
Three wide, using the side draft.
Down.
He's moving up a little bit. 57 following him. Three wide back here for about 10th.
I don't think that was Olsen's move. I think Isaac Degner just kind of took it, and Olsen got out of the way so he didn't cause an incident. So
Flanagan will move up behind Isaac Degner in the 98. Meanwhile, Francisco Villarreal in the 24, still leading this race on the inside line, burning up lots and lots of fuel, and Davey Hendricks knows it. He's content just to stay right behind the 24 at this time.
I think these guys are good to make it to the end. I do not think they have to worry about fuel anymore.
Well, that's good. That's one less thing to worry about.
And as we've said it, with 10 laps to go here, the car that's usually leading, coming out of turn 4, down there on the inside line, on the yellow line down there, a lot of the time, not your race winner. Jonathan Nance says, watch the third line. What are you guys looking for? When you're coming out of 4, say you're right about where Davey is or Angel is, what is your strategy coming out of turn 4?
On the final lap?
Yes, like you're coming out of 4 on the last lap, you're looking at the checker.
Punch it and find a line and stay with it,
There's no yellow line rule here, so
there's going to be mayhem in front of you. Just quickly pick where you want to go and floor it. There's no turning back at that point.
So all things legal, go down to the yellow line and, it's pretty straight most of the way. You can hold it on the apron if you had to dodge some of the shenanigans.
Might want to check that rule book. You might be thinking of another league here, because I know in the past people have gotten penalized for going below the yellow in this league.
Okay. Well, I might be wrong there.
You might be thinking of a different league.
Yeah, you're working too much, man. You don't even know what league you're in. This is Midwest Days of Thunder, Xfinity Series. Joe's Design Shop out of Canada is our sponsor.
That part down.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I feel like Ron Burgundy sometimes. Yeah, I don't know the rules. Just give me a teleprompter. We'll go up there.
Stay classy.
Yeah.
Whoa, bunching up again on the outside. Same two cars, 23 and 37. A little bit crooked.
The record in the back.
Went around in the grass. He's far, so good.
Keep it straight. It saves it. No yellow out.
Kept it out of the racing area. Good on you there.
But now we're 3 wide back here to 9, 69, 51. Tony Fry's back there. They're kind of straightening it out, but that got a little interesting.
A lot of side-to-side shifting near the front of this pack. Very unnerving for anybody that's racing close to him. Cheney almost into the 60th Cubans there. Tries to throw a little side draft down. I worry about netcode so bad that a lot of times I'll avoid, getting close enough to effectively side draft someone because I'm worried about that netcode just popping us. I haven't seen much of it tonight though. I think it happens more with the trucks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
It seems to.
more
It
of
does
those
seem
issues
to.
with the truck races.
It looks like for a second there, 73 of Tim Harmon was trying to see if he could find a way to make it 3 wide in the middle. That's pretty dangerous here unless there's a good enough gap.
Kewins
love
with
the
all that
danger.
rear end damage. Look at him sitting 5th in line on the inside line. What a way to work up for him.
Yeah, the magic I think is going to start here is we're going to enter lap 56 once we get through this front stretch. Then people start getting a little antsy, wanting to make it up front. Looks like they're spreading out 4 wide here almost. Matthew
Oh!
Oh,
Spires.
there he is.
No,
Is that
they're
Matthew
wrecking.
Spires?
Yep, the 37 went high, and then he came back down and just. It's like most of the field involved in that, including
Oh,
the 81 of
Davey.
Hendricks.
He took out Florida man, Davey Hendricks. Wow.
Looked like he got a little bit loose coming in the trial. Went way up. Came down.
He came down right into Harmon like he wasn't there.
37 don't have too much damage. That might not end his night, but we'll see if he has any engine damage.
Somebody might end it for him after that.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that one.
Yeah, I don't think he was clear there. I mean, caused a. Well, there. That was the big one so far. I think we may be in for one more. I don't know what you think.
Oh, Agent Hernandez involved in that as well.
Yeah, Dave. Unfortunately, Davey got involved in that, and that's why I think Davey doesn't like these.
Wait,
Doesn't like these plate tracks. Yeah, man, because it's just a roll of the dice. You know, we know he's fast, but something happens and you're just out of it. And
Stephen Davis in the 85 with damage.
I love these plate tracks though. They're really fun. I love driving them. I'm usually trying to find myself up for it a lot.
Yeah,
Are
I think they're
nerve-wracking
fun.
for sure.
Definitely fun, but the beauty about them is you can be anywhere from 10th place forward. You have a chance to win as you're coming out of
Yeah.
turn 3 and 4. That's the gamble. That's the dice roll, man. But looks like Matthew Spires was working harder than real Mrs. Poindexter. Just kind of lost his footing there.
Oh, Grosso looked like he was gonna pit, but swings back out before the cone. He's gonna stay out.
I think he was trying to fake it, see if he could trick a few guys behind him to go in.
Oh, the old Manny special, the fake pit. I like that.
Manny would do it if if we had a yellow flag on lap 2, he would still do it.
Yeah, it was like automatic. I think it was like he put it on
It did every time.
like autopilot, and it would just hit the button to act like he's going in the pits. And
So Grosso, with him staying out here, last pit on lap 36 for looks like for fuel only or for 2 tires. Up 14 spots. He'll restart in 3rd. He'll be pushing the 24 machine of Francisco Villarreal. So let's see if he can be a good pusher here. The 27 will have Degner pushing.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the 37 decided to stay out.
looks like it. Yeah, he did.
Well, when he came down on Harmon, he didn't. I don't believe he hit the wall.
He didn't. The only thing that could have been the issue would have been his tires, flat
Yeah.
spotting or something like that. And,
Yeah. His front end's a little bent in.
yeah, there's a lot of damage on some of these cars at this point.
He did take 4 tires on his last stop on lap 36. I think he was thinking what Grosso was thinking was just, man, I just got to stay out here and try to finish this thing. Well, attrition positions, passing for position through attrition is going to happen at these plate tracks. So even if you're way back in the back, you don't give up, with 20 to go. You got to stay out there and stuff.
No.
We're coming down to it. We're going to restart this thing and have a little short shootout, it looks like. This may be our first green-white checker. We're going to find out here as they cross the line.
Oh, I hear a little anger
Derek
out there on the
Schimmel.
radio.
Yeah,
Love
Derek
that.
Schimmel giving somebody a little what for on the radio.
Oh, Derek Schimmel. He's an angry guy. But honestly,
this will
if you're-
officially be our first of 2 green-white checkers. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I was just going to say, if you're on a lead lap here, there's still a chance.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're saying there's a chance, man. You got to be on a lead lap for that. But
And not just a chance for a win, a chance to score some points.
Right.
Improve your position.
both. But there's still a chance to even win. I'm telling you, I've seen crazy things. I know you have too.
Yeah, that's when I won that money race. It's just everybody wrecked in front of me, and I won.
Yeah, you just drive through
how
the
the hell it
smoke
happened.
at that point, like Days of Thunder. Just blow through it.
Well, the sun's back out, Adam. I know track temp is not a huge deal here, but it looks like it's going to be warming back up, at least for a lap or 2.
Yeah, we're still at 94. I think it probably won't affect us here at the end.
That's at the
But-
bottom of the list of concerns right now. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I think now is these guys are going to cut loose and just probably give it all they have.
Well, if you guys out there in YouTube land got any predictions about the end of this race, now's the time to get them out there, and we'll see who gets who's right and who's wrong. But we'd love to hear from you for sure.
That sounds like a country song. Is it? Or did we just make one?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't written
Who's right and who's wrong? Yeah.
who's cheating who,
Yeah.
who's being. That's Bonnie Raitt. Well, and then Alan
Oh.
Jackson did it. Yeah.
Oh, no, that was before
Uh,
Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, Bonnie Raitt. That's original Bonnie Raitt song.
Well,
I thought it was. I could be wrong.
yeah, well, that's for another day. Pace car is down. The
Pace
longest
car-
Geico restart in the world. Go ahead and call it.
It
English.
really is. The 24 of Francisco Villarreal with the pusher of the 23 of Grosso. On the outside, Red Stick Mike Simone with Isaac Degner pushing him. Pretty clean cars up here in the front, meaning we're going to see some pretty good speeds out of these machines. A couple of aero damaged cars in behind them, but as long as they're not leading the line, they're going to be just fine as the green flag is out. Maybe for the last time, this is a first of 2 possible green-white checkers as the 98 of Degner gets right behind the 27, trying to give him a little push. The 23 is having a hard time lining up on the bumper of the 24 of Francisco Villarreal. And here comes Flanagan in that 57 purple and black machine, trying to maintain a line right behind Grosso,
This is
looking
where
for
it gets,
his moment to strike.
This is where it gets scary right here. Everybody's anxious to get up front. We got a car on the inside the yellow.
Yep, Chain is going to stay low and let these guys around. Alan Kewen's in the 60, one of those damaged machines, but if he could stay in the draft, he'll be okay. He tried to come down low to the low line, but Angel Hernandez is there, and he cannot get in. 1 lap to go.
White flag, man. It's for all the marbles right here.
Francisco's still down there. The 23 of Grosso looking high.
Ooh.
Francisco moves up to block, then back down. lost a lot of momentum. So the 57 of Flanagan got into his rear end there. 3 wide here for second place with Mike Simone in the middle. The 60 pushing the 23 on the outside.
Mayhem in the back as well. I mean, it's all over the place.
But we're going to stay going here as the leaders have taken the white flag already. Francisco Villarreal, your leader right now, they're wrecking from third on back. Francisco Villarreal is going to hang on, and he's going to be your winner at Talladega. Second place, too close to call.
That was crazy.
32 of Giberson ended up being your second place car, and Ethan Flanagan finishing in third. Wow, what a finish.
Yeah. I mean, how it normally happens here.
The vein in my forehead is protruding. I was excited.
Well, there's some. Oh man, what caused that last one at the end was looked like Francisco was doing some blocking as he should have.
Right, you got to do what you got to do at that point.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen in one of these plate tracks, at least that I've been in, the leader on the last restart won it.
Yeah, he held on to it.
That is not something we see a whole lot, but he was able to go up there and make the block when he needed to, take away the momentum from the outside line, but he also lost a lot of momentum when he moved back down. Flanagan was right there, and Flanagan gave him a pretty good shot in the back bumper. But, man, what a finish for these guys. Grandpa Cecil. Old Giberson in that 32. Up 24 positions. Started on the back row, I believe.
He almost completed the last to first challenge.
Sure did.
Sure did.
Yeah, all of them. It looks like we have one of them in the podium finisher, or third place finisher. Ethan Flanagan. We'll pull him up.
For the cycle. I'm going to go from last to first.
I'm going to go ahead and pull Ethan Flanagan up here.
Pull Ethan up. Hey, Ethan, this is the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
And talk about that last lap. I mean, when Francisco went up to block the outside line, did you think, well, it's mine to lose now? Because I didn't think he was going to be able to make it back down in front of you in time. But you were already had a pretty good head of steam and gave him a pretty good shot in the back bumper. Did you think you'd be able to get a fender inside of him?
Well, I mean, you see, here's the thing. It's split-second decisions, and he made the right decision. He knew I was going to fake high, and that's an amazing decision to make. To just, I don't know, his reflexes are so good with that car. It was a fun race tonight, and you know what? I didn't want to wreck him because he's in this for points. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was either way. It was awesome. You moved up 17 spots to get where you were. Do you like kind of starting in the back of a plate track like this? I mean, you definitely ended up where you needed to in the podium.
Oh no, sir. I don't like starting at the back anywhere. Kind of, it's not great, but you know, you get to come up through the field. To be fair, I didn't even have internet until about 9 o'clock when the race started. So I barely made it in. I made it in with like 30 seconds left on the grid, and just had to go from there.
Well, we're glad you made it, and great job finishing up there where you finished, and good luck next week at Charlotte.
Thank you, guys. Y'all put on a great broadcast.
Thank you, man. You got any shout-outs or anything before we let you go?
You know, just the usual, like F2ER, my sponsor, CD Keys, you know, Fanatec. That's about it. And my teammate, Michael Chaney, because we both made it through that wreck with, like, I don't know, 4 to go. And then he just lost internet.
Oh, that's what happened to Chaney. Had a good run.
He did.
I wonder what happened to him there because he was doing pretty good holding his own up there.
Yeah, but I'm just glad to get a good finish. Practicing for Friday. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, good luck, man. We'll see you Friday, and then we'll see you next week here for Charlotte.
All right, thanks, guys.
Why don't we go ahead and pull up our second place finisher, Michael Giberson.
Okay.
What's up, Grandpa Cecil? You got us up here in the booth?
I gotcha.
Hey, man. Not as good as you, man. You're going from the back row to finish in second place after coming back from being a lap down. How the heck did you make that happen?
Just patience, I guess. My iRacing took a crap on me, and I had to start from the pits. So got me a lap down, but then, I just stuck with it there whenever I got lapped down and just stayed up there front and just drafted with, I think it was Isaac and Forns and Tony at the time, and got that lucky dog. And then from there, it's just trying to keep clean, and I kind of did that. I got to give apologies to Gervy. I didn't really have anywhere to go, and I couldn't keep it on the apron. It just wasn't going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, 24th to second place, and you started in the pits. Damn, that's a hell of a run. I had forgotten that portion of it. I remember seeing you down there, and we were like, "What's going on?" And there you go, man.
Yep.
You got it back, just kind of like Bill Elliott. You just made it happen yourself.
You got to stay there till the end. You never know what can happen.
Well, good luck next week, man. You looking forward to Charlotte? I mean, I know it's basically an industry standard. Everybody's got to run at Charlotte Speedway, but we're going to run Charlotte, and then we're going to run the Charlotte Roval as the cutoff race. How do you feel about both of them?
I'm excited for Charlotte because I think that's going to be a longer race if I remember correctly. And then as far as the Roval goes, I'm excited about it. I just ran the 12 Hours of Sebring with the team, and I'm kind of into the road racing right now, so I'm ready for the Roval.
All right, man. Congrats. You got any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, giving thanks to, GGR, Eric's Wacky Racing, Bella Milano, Gainside, and then, the Bayraktar, causing havoc over there in Ukraine.
Hell yeah.
Slava Ukraine.
They're taking out some T-34s and stuff over there.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, congrats, man. Hopefully talk to you in Charlotte.
Guys. Sounds great. You all have a great night.
You too, man.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our winner, Francisco Villarreal. He is gonna be your winner tonight.
Hey, Francisco, we're up in the booth, man. You got us?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Man, talk about that big move you made right there on the last lap. We talked the whole race about, man, the place you don't want to be at Talladega out of turn 4 on the last lap is on the inside line by the yellow line. But unless you're Francisco Villarreal, and then you can move up and do some calculated blocking and still make it happen. Walk us through that last half lap or so.
So the 23 of Joshua, he's actually a friend of mine that we race a lot. And he told me, he was like, I'm going to try and make a move on the last lap. So I knew that was coming. And I knew the only move that he would possibly do is once he got cleared of that 27 and get the run off the corner. So I kind of predicted when he would try and make it. And when I saw him move up just a little bit, my idea was just to keep him moving up and up and up to try and get around me, but yet shoot back down to the inside once Ethan was able to get to my rear bumper to keep the momentum. As the inside on the corners, it gives you a lot better run on entry and you're able to pull away. So once that happened, it was more of just me realizing, all right, I'm clear of them. I know Ethan's going to try and make a move. More than likely, it's going to have to be the outside. And then if I block outside, he's going to shoot to the inside. So it was just a matter of just timing it. And luckily, I timed it right.
Ethan was very, very complimentary about your timing, your skill, and everything you did right there, because it was just, he couldn't really make any tracks on you. And he told us too. He said, I wasn't going to wreck Francisco. He's in it for points and a lot of respect from the 35 there to you. But man, what a masterful performance out there. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, me and Ethan actually run. We've actually worked together a lot on super speedways when it comes to some of the money races that MDOT's put on, and just in general, we've raced a lot around each other, and we work really well together. And right there at the end, like you said, we show a lot of respect to one another. If it was the other way around, and he threw a block, I mean, I'm not gonna turn him either. It's like I race him with a lot of respect as well here, just because we run so well together and we give each other breaks when we need them.
Yeah, man, that was that was amazing because, like we had mentioned a bunch, holding that, being in first on the last lap of Dega is not usually, you're not going to end up in first, and you did. You held it. Awesome job. You have anybody you want to thank or something like that? You want to say hello to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my team, Thomas and Joshua, Angel. You know, Jason Records was there talking with us as well. We had a lot of people on my side, and you know, shout out to the Leviathans. You know, they always support me whenever I race anything like that. We're at a different paint scheme today in support of Thomas Stanley, so did that for him, and luckily I pulled off a win. Hopefully, a good luck charm a little bit. But yeah, that's and shout out to y'all for putting on the broadcast, and shout out to MDOT for putting on the race.
All right, man. Well, congrats. A good victory here at Talladega. That's a hard one to earn.
Appreciate it.
And we'll see Francisco Friday as we do a little cup racing broadcast with him. But until then, it's about time we do a little grid rundown here. Everybody can see where their driver finished tonight. And of course, our big winner tonight, the 24 of Francisco Villarreal, in starting back in 11th place, picking up the win tonight. Definitely hard fought. And speaking of fighting hard, Michael Giberson, Grandpa Cecil in the 32, up from the back, starting in the pits tonight to finish 1/10 of a second behind Francisco. And then not too far behind him, Ethan Flanagan in that 57/35 machine. If you're, depends on what you're looking at, the paint or the number on the scoring software, finishing in third. The 98 of Isaac Degner up front almost all night tonight after sitting on the pole, able to walk away with a 4th place finish. Justin Barkley moving up middle of the pack most of the night tonight. Some stuff happened in front of him, and he ended up picking up a couple of extra spots there towards the end, finishing in the top 5. 23 of Grosso trying to make that move on his buddy Francisco there late, but not able to complete it. But still only 4/10 back from the leader as he finishes in 6th place. Angel Hernandez involved in a last lap accident, finishes in 7th. Red Stick Mike Simone ran up front all night tonight. Really, really great, strong run by the 27. Had a little bit of difficulty there late and finished in 8th. Tim Harmon, kind of the same kind of deal, fought his way up from the back of the pack just to get turned by another car right there at the end of the race. A 9th place finish for him. And rounding out your top 10, the 6 of Tony Fry, who started in 8th, worked his way up front, led a couple of laps here tonight, but ended up finishing in 10th place.
Yeah, the 37, Matthew Spires, Hersack Racing, ended up in 11th. 113, Eric Warman, 12th, Grumpy Gramps Racing. Derek Schimmel in the 96, ended up in 13th. Alan Kewins in a 60 machine, ended up in 14th, Angry Idiots Racing. Jason Ricketts, 15th in that number 1 car. The 44, Bob Gallagher from Canada, ended up in 16th. We just talked about Mike Cheney a little bit. Connection issues, ended up 17th in the 5 car. It's like the number 18th was Grandpa Bill, Stephen Davis. in the 85. 51, Ken Olson ended up in 19th. I believe he's in the Cheez-Its machine, no Toad Racing. And Florida man, Davey Hendricks, who we all know as Kyle Busch in the 81 car, had a rough one, ended up in 20th. Thomas Stanley. Go ahead there. You got it.
Oh, okay. Well, Tom Stanley in the 7, finishing 6 laps down, 21st. Michael Gervey in the 69, involved in a couple of wrecks out there tonight, finishes 22nd. Matt Forn's big wreck, big inside wall hit, ending his night early, 24 laps down in 23rd place after starting on the front row. That's got to be heartbreaking for the Matt and the mustache. The 88 of Rob Nickel had a little bit of connection problems, I believe, there, and went from 5th to 24th. Isaac Wilson, 34 laps down, starting in 13th, ended up 25th. And that'll round out your field. Justin Holland did not grid.
Well, I'm glad it's over, but it was fun. I think they made a fairly clean race at Dega, which is not always easy to do. So hats off to these guys, Midwest Days of Thunder. Thank you to our sponsor, Joe's Design Shop. Check him out. He's got all kinds of, chickens and he also does designs for just depends on what business you want to look at for Joe. But thanks to Joe's Design Shop.
Well, looking at the points shakeup, Gary, the only real positions we had changed, Michael Giberson gained 3 spots in the standings. So he's sitting solid right now in 4th. Tim Harmon's up 2. He's sitting in 6th. Kevin Biggs, he did not race tonight. He lost 4 positions. He's still sitting in 8th. But looking at who's on the bubble right now, Greg Klein is 16th. He is the last driver. Angel Hernandez is up 2 spots tonight. He's in 17th. He's trying to work his way into the playoff 16. Within striking distance, a couple other drivers, Michael Gervey, Tony Fry, Ethan Flanagan actually moved up 5 spots tonight. He's in 20th. So still a couple of races to go. But some of these guys just outside of the bubble, they still got a chance.
Yeah, and with so little races to go, this is turning into the bubble battle is really going to be interesting to watch because a lot of those guys, they're close to making it in. So you won't know yet until the Roval who's going to make it into the playoffs.
Yep, and then I'm really looking forward to Charlotte. That is a fun track, and we'll see if these guys can keep it together and have an awesome race. And then the Roval after that. So good ending to this season before the playoffs here at Midwest Days of Thunder, Xfinity.
Well, on behalf of Gary Sack and Adam Turner, I'm Alan English. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the pack racing excitement that is Talladega Super Speedway here. It was a pretty hard fought battle out here today for a green-white checker. Ended up being 61 laps total. So these guys are going to go have themselves a cold beer and probably get ready to hit the sack. A lot of guys got work from school tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to our sponsor, Joe's Design Shop over there on Facebook. So with all that said, we gone.
See ya.
Have a good night, everyone.